Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for Where Are Retirees Moving? Today, we're with Kim Stanley. Since 2007, Kim has been passionate about serving downsizing homeowners, both as a real estate agent as the owner of Downsize My Home LLC, a senior move management company. She authored the book, How to Make a Downsize Move, Your Guide to a Right-Sized Lifestyle, and now coaches seniors-focused real estate agents across the country on how to become the go-to professional in their market for serving mature home sellers. She is here today to share with us her experience in developing a successful real estate niche and how we can all create what she calls soul satisfying success in real estate. No truer words, right? Soul satisfying, because it truly is, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Real estate is not an easy business, so you has to feed your heart and your soul as well as your pocketbook.
Exactly. Yeah. So tell me, what areas do you serve?
Geographically, I serve the Austin, Texas area, and that includes kind of central Texas, primarily the counties of Travis and Williamson. So the Hill Country, all those good things. But that's my primary focus.
Okay. Yeah, it was interesting. Just today I saw that, and I'm not sure where the report was from, but they said year to date so far in 2024, Texas is the number 2 place where people are moving to, like all people, not just seniors, but all people. Which
yes, we are being not invaded, but the people are coming. Still come. They have been for the last 4 or 5 years, and a lot of people from California, from the East Coast, but really from all over because. Texas is a very prosperous state. It's a great place to live. There's no income tax, and the climate is nice and mild, especially in the winter. A bit hot in the summer, but but if you hate winter, that's a great place.
Yeah. Do a lot of people leave in the summer, or do you find that most people just stay?
I think the majority stay. There's people that will go travel, or if you are. If you are wealthy enough to be able to afford a second home, a lot of people head to Colorado or Wyoming, those kind of places. But there's several people that do have second homes in Colorado.
Okay. So tell me, what is it like for seniors living in the Austin area?
I think it's uniquely a great place because there are so much to do. It is still technically the music capital of the world. So a lot of wonderful live music and the arts and performing arts and all of that. Austin is famous for having that vibe, keep Austin weird. So as a tourist, people love, it has a really great reputation for having a lot of things to do, a lot of fun things to do. And the Hill Country is right there. So Fredericksburg has become a very popular location. It was a small German town, and it's just kind of boomed. It's kind of part of the Texas wine country. It's very historic. There's a lot of fun things to do there. But just the whole area has a lot of natural beauty, and it's just a lot of fun things.
Yeah. And tell me, what about healthcare in that area for seniors and what have you?
Yeah, healthcare is awesome. There are so many hospitals. There are clinics. It's got state-of-the-art facilities. There are a lot of doctors because the University of Texas is there. So you've got a lot of research and development. It's Dell's headquarters, and Dell has built and just opened up their second child-focused hospital. It's huge, just for children. But there's a lot of things for seniors as well. It's just a lot of good healthcare options.
Yeah, that's great. And then I think you said there's something about the 65 plus community growing in the past few years.
Yeah, I think because of the influx of so many tech jobs and so many people moving to Texas for jobs because good jobs are plentiful, that their parents follow because they want to be close to the grandkids or they want to be close to family, but also because the Austin area is such a fun, cool place to live. We also have Georgetown, Texas, which is very kind of famous, was famous as a retirement community, and now it's grown to become a very desired community for families. But right there next to Georgetown is Sun City, or within Georgetown is Sun City. And Sun City is very famous as a 55 plus community. I think the one in Texas is one of the largest in the country.
Okay.
There are, I don't know, 10, 15,000 people that live in Sun City alone. And there's 52 different clubs and, you know, a golf course and all kinds of things to do. It's a very active 55 plus community.
Wow.
So, but that's another really good draw. And the quality of life in Georgetown is awesome. So a lot of great festivals and things to do.
So tell me, so because our 55 plus communities here in Massachusetts are obviously much different than what they look like there in terms of, you know, usually it's like a clubhouse and that sort of thing. And that's it. There's not really any activities. And then they have rules. And I'm just curious, the rules the same in different states. So for example, like how long somebody that's not 55 can stay with them. Do they have those kind of rules and regulations?
Well, at least one person, and I think this is a federal rule. One person has to be at least 55 plus. There are a few communities where, like if your college age kid came to live with you, they would want them to be there only for a period of time.
Right.
You know, like maybe 3 months or something like that. But most of them are a little bit more lenient. I would say the condo communities and apartment communities, the leasing communities are a little bit more strict about being age restricted.
Yeah. Okay. So do you find that most people that are retiring and moving down there, do you feel a lot of them are going into 55 plus communities initially, or are they just buying, you know, a regular home first and then maybe considering that? Like, is it
I think most of them are buying a home. They might have downsized into a smaller home, a patio home, or, you know, some sort of a one-story home, smaller square footage, that kind of thing. I think people who are within the state of Texas are coming into this area, and they may be considering, or if they live here, maybe considering going to a 55 plus leasing community. That's what we see more of.
Now, you said patio home. Can you describe what that is to us Bostonians? A ranch style home? Because it's not a term we use up here.
Yeah. A patio home or a garden home is a zero lot line, which means, you know, you own your dwelling and everything below it.
Okay.
But the grounds are all common and they're taken care of by the association. So it's low maintenance, it's lock and leave. You don't have to worry about any of that, but you still have home ownership. Okay. So it's a really good kind of good solution for people who want that lock and leave lifestyle. They want to be able to travel, don't have to worry about the maintenance, those kinds of things.
Okay. That sounds great. That sounds like a very good option, right? So let's see what else. So you talked about the growing number of senior communities. Actually, we haven't really hit on that for independent living and stuff like that. So those are growing now for you down there in terms of memory care.
They just opened another one up in Georgetown. Georgetown's a very popular place for those kinds of communities. It's actually a continuing care, sort of a continuing care community. It will grow from there, but our move management company has been the primary move-in company to help the seniors that are moving in there. And of course, they waited about a year and a half at least for that building to get done. But there are more slated there, and there are more that are being built down in Austin. It's still very popular, as are the continuing care communities are really popular, and there aren't enough right now.
Okay. Now, so tell me, is Georgetown a little bit more affordable than Austin, or are they both similar in terms of price range?
Anything that's outside of the city of Austin, and that's like north, especially north, sometimes south or outside in the county area, is more affordable. Georgetown is quickly pricing itself out of that. But so everybody's idea of affordability is different.
Right.
Georgetown used to be, especially in Sun City, you could get a place, say 4 years ago, 5 years ago, a small 2-bedroom plus a like a study for $275 to $300. Now it's looking at $400 to $550 or $600.
Okay.
But for some people, that's still very affordable.
Yeah. It's definitely different than what we're seeing up here in Massachusetts. So definitely a savings for people.
You can get a lot more home here and a lot more beautiful home with beautiful views, a pool, whatever, for less than you can other places.
Yeah, that's good to know. And are there any other tax incentives, like by county or by the state, for seniors?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a senior homestead exemption. So if you're living in that's your primary home, your property tax is capped. Especially they freeze the school part of the tax.
Okay.
So you're not paying as much for that. That being said, because there's no income tax, our home tax, property taxes are higher than some other communities and in some other states.
Okay.
And some of that they don't freeze, but it has to be capped. If you don't have a homestead exemption, then it's a free for all. Like if you're a landlord, you don't have a cap on. They could raise it 40% in 1 year.
Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely significant, right? With that. So so the other thing I wanted to ask you about. So you wanted to talk about the number one thing you believe that every senior focused agent needs to have, which I assume this is what one of your value adds to your clientele.
I think it is a value add. I've kind of almost gone on a soapbox. I didn't include you, and I will send you. I just sent out a newsletter yesterday to my database. And one of the things that I'm talking about is how to choose a real estate agent when you're 55 plus. What do you need in that case that's different from what you needed when you were 35?
Right.
And I see so many people going with either what they think is the neighborhood expert, or their friend's daughter got into real estate, so they feel that they have to use them, or their other friend used them, those kinds of things. Right. And while that can be fine, mature home sellers often need more services than what the typical agent provides. And so when I listed things that when you're interviewing agents to help you as a senior, here are some questions that you should ask to see, do they have the extra things, that the extra resources and the hand holding, and are they willing to go that extra mile to help you? People who are focused on serving seniors, they know that in most cases, it is what we call in the industry a one-sided transaction. That means that we may help them sell their home, but they're probably not going to buy another home. They may be going into a lease, a 55 plus lease, or they may be going to travel.
Right.
They may be going into a senior community. So you want somebody who's committed and passionate about helping the senior community and has lots of resources, to help them declutter, to help them with making decisions and what to do with this and how to communicate with their family and all those things.
Yeah, no, it's so important. I think you're right. I think a lot of people don't understand that aspect of it. And right. I think a lot of us.
Oh, and then to answer your question, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but a senior focused agent needs to have a story. Everybody has a story. I know you and I talked about, your story and what brought you into serving seniors. I have my own story of helping my mom, and also working with my frustrations in working with retirees who wanted to downsize and move into easier spaces, but didn't know how to start. So that kind of brought me into that world. And I think that being able to have a compelling story, even if it's one that you helped your grandmother or your neighbor or somebody had this gut-wrenching story that inspired you to be on this mission to help seniors.
Yeah.
You need to be able to have that and use it and brand yourself, because that that story. People want to know, why are you involved in helping seniors? Why should I hire you? And
Yeah.
having that compelling story. So that's one of the things that I do help agents with, is how to pull that out of them, and how to write it and how to use it in their marketing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important, because I think every one of us who has been called, because I do feel like it's a calling
Yeah.
to the senior, to work with the seniors, because some people just get into it for the sake of getting into it. And it's not about that at all. It's really so much more involved and encompassing in how much you can really help people and help their adult children, help their parents.
Yes,
Because,
absolutely.
right, because you don't know what you don't know until you're living in the space.
Yep.
And then going through it with your families and what have you. And it's so it's really great to be able to be that voice and that resource for, friends and families and clients of other things that, their loved ones may need.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's great. So if there's nothing else on Austin, there's something else that I'm just dying for you to share with people, because it's very intriguing about what you are personally doing right now.
Yeah. I would say about 3 or 4 years ago, I started exploring what would it be like to live an expat lifestyle. And during COVID, my husband got very inspired to want to buy a boat and go sailing around the world. And he said, we'll have more freedom. And if they shut everything down, we can always go sail somewhere else.
Right.
Well, so we did buy a boat, and we did sail down the Florida coast for a while, and then he sailed it across the Gulf back to Texas.
Oh, wow.
And as we got back, he was trying to take the sail down in the rain and just wrenched the heck out of his shoulder, and that took him out for a year. And we never did go sailing again. And I finally said, you know what? It's not my thing. So
Right.
I started focusing on, what other adventure could we have? What other place could we have where we could scale back a little bit, live a little bit easier, but still be involved in our businesses and helping people, coaching, and so on. So I explored different countries. And when I looked at Panama, it kind of checked all the boxes. We went on a tour all over the country. We came back and looked at where do we want to live. So in October of last year, we decided to try it out for 6 months. And so here we are.
Oh, wow. That's great. So, so tell me, is that something that you could help other people with as well?
Oh, absolutely. It's a little, when you think about it, some people get a little apprehensive about moving to a foreign country, and I understand that. And then, well, like, how do I do that? What do I do? And there's lots of resources out there. I don't know if it helped me or not, but I have my certified international property specialist designation, and that kind of gave me a look at real estate around the world. And people can come down. I think you should always come down and lease first and get to know an area before you jump in and buy, especially in a foreign country.
Right.
So that's what we're doing, but we really like it here. It's more laid back. It's different. We're learning Spanish, and we've developed a lot of great friends with fellow expats. We've met people from all over the world, and that's been really cool too. That's really been fun. So I can talk more about that another time, but it's something that I would love to share with people.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll definitely have to meet back and do that at another time. That'd be great. Sure. So tell me, what is the best way to for people to get in touch with you and your team in Austin? If they're
you can contact me at area code 512-296-3598. You do have to put a +1, which is the United States code, in front of that. So 1 plus 512-296-3598. You can text me there. You can also email me at kim@kimstanley.com, which is pretty easy to remember. My company name for my downsizing business is Downsize My Home, which is pretty easy to remember too. That's what we do. We help people downsize their home. So Downsize My Home. Been in business for 9 years, and I have a terrific team that are running the show, and I check in with them on a bi-weekly basis. But we're having our best year ever. There's a lot of people that are deciding this is the time for them to sell their homes, move to something simpler, easier. and we're helping them make it happen.
No, that's great. So yeah, and I think you have a lot to offer the seniors, since you kind of a one-stop shop there as well.
Yeah, pretty well.
Management. So that's great. So I can't thank you enough for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to share you with everybody else.
Yeah, well, it's been great to talk with you, Karen. It's good getting to know you. I hope we continue the conversation.
Oh, definitely. And thank you again.
All right, take care.
You too.